Most people think the biggest risk is volatility. The bigger issue is holding money that erodes quietly, instead of a system designed to actually do work. Welcome back to where belief beats fear and ownership beats permission. I'm Easy. This is easy for you to envy crypto. Now let's get into it. Fiat currencies don't collapse overnight. They're not meant to. They erode gradually. Inflation isn't a malfunction, it's a mechanism. New money enters the system, purchasing power spreads thinner, and effects compound quietly over time. Even when prices feel stable, your money is doing less work every year. That's the real risk. Because money that just sits is money that can be diluted. And that's where the conversation has to change. Most traditional financial tools are passive by design. They wait and they depend on policy and they depend on intermediaries. Some assets might appreciate and others may even pay yield, but very few are designed to be productive at a system level. With infrastructure like ICP, you're not just holding an asset and hoping that demand increases. You're participating in a system that actually runs applications. When ICP is staked, ownership grows over time. Rewards are paid out in the same asset, which means your position compounds, not just your balance, but your share of the network. That's fundamentally different from earning interest on something that's designed to lose value. Because I'm not interested in idle exposure. I'm interested in productive ownership. Most blockchains stop at settlement. They move value and they record outcomes. That's useful but limited. Infrastructure operates at a different level. Applications don't just connect to the network, they run entirely on it. The logic, the data, and the execution all live in the same environment. That means fewer intermediaries, fewer trust assumptions, and more control. Infrastructure like this isn't built for narratives, it's built to keep running. This is where AI actually matters, not as a headline and not as a promise to guarantee profit, but as leverage. Most people think of AI as something that replaces decisions. That's not where your real advantage is. The real advantage is when you remove friction. Instead of watching screens all day, you get to define the rules once. And instead of acting emotionally, the system handles repetition. On infrastructure that can actually run compute, AI becomes an assistant, not a black box. It can monitor conditions, execute predetermined logic, operate continuously, all without giving up custodial control or sovereignty. AI doesn't replace judgment, it amplifies it. And when those systems run on infrastructure designed to stay online, the leverage compounds. Many people don't realize how many layers sit between them and their capital. Layers that add friction and introduce dependencies and quietly remove control. Infrastructure first systems changes that dynamic. Instead of trusting platforms to behave, you define the logic that they operate under. Instead of reacting to outcomes, you operate with intentions. This isn't about chasing price, it's about building systems that keep working. When ownership is designed into the infrastructure, control isn't promised, it's verifiable. Remember, as always, it's belief over fear, ownership over permission, legacy over hype. Stay sovereign, I'm Easy, and I'm out.